What's up, people? Welcome to the Last Hit Point podcast, your weekly gaming and entertainment news podcast that gets put up on the YouTube sometimes and on the Podbeans. I'm one of your hosts, Louchy, joined this week by Jenny.
Hello.
And Jaime.
Hello.
Welcome
how are you?
back.
Yeah, welcome back, man. You missed last week, the first round.
Well, technically I missed the first round. I kind of still give you all my answers, but
That's true.
I missed the Witcher wank-off. That's what I missed last week, right?
You missed the Witcher wank-off.
We could have had a great... Yeah.
We can have another one if you want, right? If you've been
more
playing The
Witcher
Witcher, we can totally wank it off some more.
I like a good Witcher wank-off.
Well, that's all right. We can catch up with you first anyway, man. But seeing as you were away, talk to me. How are you, man?
So, well, yeah, I'm good. I listened back to last week.
We got corrections. Let's start with corrections.
No, I don't want to do that.
No, do it. We have to. We have to.
There was one thing you were there going, "Oh, Jamie will correct us on that." It was the Wii U memory size would have been 8 gig. Yeah. And then the bigger one would have been 32, right?
Okay, cool.
So
what's 32 gig?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter, does it? I wasn't going to talk about that. You brought it up. I was just going to say, yes, you were talking about The Witcher, and I missed out. And it doesn't matter. I can still talk about it now. It's not so relevant anymore, but I've still probably put a good 100 hours in now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't played it
boy.
for a while.
I'm getting there. I've been playing it non-stop. So, how far are you? What level are you?
Well, I haven't played since you guys... Probably the day after you recorded last week's podcast. I haven't played for nearly a week, but
okay.
I got up to about level 21, I think. All I wanted to do on that game is just go off and do all the undiscovered locations.
Yeah.
I just wanted that. I'm not bothered about the story anymore.
Go exploring.
I just want to go off and be like, oh, what's over there? Oh, it's a level 50 fucking goat. I can't take that on now. I better run away. So I'd run off and come back when I could do it. But no, I fucked all the women and then I kind of got a bit bored. So I've just...
No way!
Good enough about my sex life.
All right, well...
No, I'm not really bored. I just...
There is definitely some things we need input on, right? What's your take on the fucking bastard horse? I mean, the horse.
If I hadn't just taken a drink of water as you started to say, I was going to shout, fuck the horse, man. I can't believe Johnny said what he did. Yeah, I like the horse, man. What was that about?
The worst fucking horse, man. I'm not going to shut up about this horse. I swear to God.
Like, mine, if you try and run while you're going on a mountain, it will just spaz out, like, into the distance in the air, won't it? Have you seen it do that? It will just flit out. If you try and pace it really fast down a mountainside, it will end up just keeling its legs inside of itself and just kind of, like, nubbing its way through the air.
I haven't seen that, man.
It doesn't help, like, when the first major cutscene, once you start playing on your horse, the first major cutscene, you go into that brothel or that inn, and it's just out the window, just, like, rocking out. Like, what was my game doing? I've had another bit where this woman was taking a drink, and I missed everything she said, because when she put the cup up to her face, it stayed there when she took her hand away. So I spent the whole conversation just watching this floating cup. Fucking magic, man.
Oh, there's been a few golden moments, man. I had the floating kids in Novigrad. That was fucking creepy. Like, it started, I noticed one kid, and he was on, like, an off-ramp, but he was just floating a couple of inches above it. And I was so, like, I was watching him for ages, like, what the fuck is going on? Then I turned around, and there was about 6 kids floating a couple of meters off the ground around me, man. You know what's going on.
I keep going into buildings, and the guy behind the bar will be, like, 10 foot tall, but then you walk around behind the bar, and he's just floating. What the fuck? It's so easy to pick negatives in the game, but it is still probably a massive Game of the Year contender right now. It's one of the best. I can't think of anything else really right now.
I was saying the other day that it might be the best game I've ever played, which, like, the big praise, man. But I can't think of anything that I've played that is better than this. Like, in terms of how much I'm enjoying it and, like, how well it's done and stuff. I love it, man.
I definitely can't remember the last time a game made me want to stay up, and then skive work and stuff like that. So, because I definitely did that this time.
Worth it, man.
It was worth it. But yeah, Witcher wank off, man. I don't know. I don't feel like I've seen. Have I spoken to you guys since I've seen Mad Max as well? I don't know.
No, but I haven't seen Mad Max yet, and I really want to.
It might be a bit of a shame that I can come onto the podcast and talk about a potential film of the year, and it might not even be at the cinemas anymore now. Then,
Are you serious?
Is it
Is that good?
there? It's probably one of the best films I've ever seen.
Holy shit, that's massive praise.
It's just
Wow.
I'm not like my memory of the old films is slim because I would have been so young and I haven't really gone back and caught up with them. I'm not going to do that. Like, oh, I'm watching the new one, so I better go watch the old. It's nothing like that. You don't need to. You go into this one fresh, and it's a brand new. Treat it as a standalone if you want, but they are making a new set of films now. So Tom Hardy's around. Hopefully Charlize Theron's around for these as well. So it's just paced. It's really just. What's the word I'm looking for? Just it's a thump in the chest constantly for 2 hours. It's this brutal noise just in your face for 2 hours. It doesn't stop. I think there was one scene where they stopped and spoke, and I went, "Can you fuck off? Like seriously, just get back." It was only about 2 minutes long, but I was like, "Seriously, fuck off!" Like I want the film to get back to what it's doing, and so good. So if you can catch it, then I recommend it fully. It gets the Jaime. The seal.
Well, I mean, even if I don't get a chance to get to the cinema to see it, then like, if you're giving it that kind of praise, then it's a Blu-ray buy.
Oh,
Like,
it's a cinema watch. Catch it on the big screen so you get the explosive feel in your face. I don't know. Watching it on the Blu-ray might be all right. I am gonna buy it, but watching it on the big screen, that's something else.
You know what wasn't as good when I watched it on Blu-ray? Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 I loved at the cinema. Like, massively loved it.
Yeah.
Then I picked it up on Blu-ray, and I didn't like it as much when I watched it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I guess that's one of those films that maybe you can watch once. That you watch it once, enjoy it, right?
You should have saved your money and bought Paddington instead.
I could have done, but then I didn't want to fucking risk it. Because
I've told myself not to buy films anymore, just rent them because I will watch them once, you know?
And then that's... Yeah.
I've spent 15 quid on a Blu-ray, or like just rent it for 4 quid or whatever, so...
I mean, the only Blu-rays that I have that I've watched multiple times are like the Marvel Blu-rays and the Dragon Ball Kai Blu-rays that I bought. Like, they're the only Blu-rays that I own that I've watched more than once. So yeah, Johnny, you're awfully quiet, man.
I'm just listening.
What? You're just listening.
He's like, Jamie's back now. I can take a step down and not give a shit as much. That's all right.
I thought I assumed the role of our missing co-host Johnny today.
Johnny's already assumed the role.
Yeah.
The AWOL, the sushi roll.
The sushi roll.
Go on then, Janny. What have you been doing?
Witcher, played some GTA. That's about it. Wait, I can't actually remember if I'd finished.
So I don't have to...
No, I have played a lot of Witcher actually, but it's just going to be a repeat of what you said, really.
Really? We can talk about other stuff. I'm going to talk about some more Witcher shit in a minute.
You talk about that ugly little child that appears in every town.
I saw a floating cow. That's a thing.
Where was it?
At all the farms.
That's probably enough to start a war somewhere.
Yeah, no, seriously. There's a cow. It's sort of like it's just lying down on the ground, but it's like at an angle on the ground, so it's just like floating above it. It's really weird, but every time I go to take a screenshot of it, it stands up, which is mighty frustrating. So
like every time. Like it knows you're trying to screenshot it and it's just fucking with you.
it somehow knows. So it's just like, I'm going to make you sound like a liar.
Nobody's going to believe you, Janny.
Yeah.
That's what the cow's saying to you.
And, yeah, I've lost track now what I was going to say. Been mainly doing side quests. I keep finding more and more. Now I'm finding Witcher gear and diagrams and shit. So that's about it for Witcher, I think. It's
Is it holding
fucking
your
horse
attention?
as well. Yeah, it really has. I was checking like just out of curiosity, and I think my clock time is like almost 36 hours or something.
Where can you
Um,
see the clock time?
if you go into, I'll have to explain after. It is somewhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I would really like to know how much time I put into that.
yeah,
So would I
unfortunately,
actually.
it does the annoying thing where it doesn't tell you in hours; it tells you in days. So yeah, I'd prefer just the hours ago. You've been a nerd.
Is that not like in-game days?
No,
No, like actual days, yeah.
actual days.
Oh wow. So it
Actual
gives you
Oh,
days.
days and hours though, yeah. So like 3 days and something hours.
Yeah.
Okay, at
that's
least
not
you can
too
work
much.
it out.
Mm, yeah.
Oh.
Which is why I said about 36 hours.
Have you been to Skellige yet, Jenny?
Once I've done all my side quests, I shall.
The
Oh,
Irish
Heading.
Viking town.
yeah, hurry up and go to Skellige and go mountain climbing, right?
Fuck you.
I shit you not, right?
And then
I,
run your horse down the hill.
I went mountain climbing in Skellige because I found out that you can like sprint up at a wall, right? As long as it's not completely vertical, right? If it can be almost vertical, and if you like jump up the wall, then he'll like land and then roll up the wall a bit, and then jump again, and then roll and jump and roll, and you can like climb mountains. I've been rolling all over those mountains, man. It's crazy. Love
I'll
it.
put that into practice.
It was pretty good. I got another amazing glitch, right? When I was hunting down the Catskill gear, I went to this island and there was I don't know, some sort of wyvern on it or something. And as it was flying around, I like tracked it with the crossbow and I shot it like at distance, and it was a perfect shot. And it landed in the water, and then it had like the biggest fucking seizure you've ever seen in the water, man. It was spazzing
What?
everywhere. It was crazy, man. I couldn't target it anymore. It was just spazzing all over the shop, man. It didn't drop me anything. It just had a fit in the water. It was great. After I ran off and then like came back, it despawned, but it was fucking going everywhere, man. The textures were going a bit crazy on it as well. It was amazing.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't really have much else to add, man. Other than like I made a massive mistake when I was playing earlier. I upgraded my Witcher gear because I've been building my character around like the concept that he's like fast, so I'm going with all light armor. I built the cat armor or the feline armor, and then I just did the second quest line to get the upgrades and stuff. And I went back and upgraded it, and now it's too high level for me to wear. So my awesome armor set, I'm level 21 now, and I have to be 26 before I can wear my armor again. So good times, man. I need to go and find some like fucking chump armor to wear until then.
Yeah, I seem to be crafting higher level armor than I actually am, and I end up stockpiling it and then complain that I'm overweight.
Well, here's the problem, right? Like because I haven't been progressing the main story for so long, I'm just rinsing through side quests, and the side quests are rapidly becoming like higher level than me. So like I'm
Hmm.
starting to see like level 28, 29 side quests pop up, which I just
Yeah.
can't do really. So I just need to go and start doing the main story again. But I really don't want to because I'm having so much fun doing everything else.
For me, I'm like, because I really am enjoying the main story as well. Although, actually, I haven't played it in a while, so I actually can't remember where I'm up to. But yeah, like Witcher contracts are something I quite enjoy doing as well. They're quite involved. Um, and pretty cool.
I've done
So,
I've done quite a few of them, man. I've stumbled into some as well. Like
mm,
I've just randomly like I've been running along and I've randomly hit Witcher Vision or like Witcher senses or whatever, Bat Vision, and then
Bat
like
Vision,
something will be
yeah.
glowing red, and I'll just walk up to it and it'll be like, oh, something's come through here. Then it will pop up like contract. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't bother going to get that. The problem with doing it that way is like you have to then go back and speak to the person. And I think I've done three that I've just stumbled across, and they start talking to you like, "Oh, we really need help and stuff," and the Geralt's like, "Oh yeah, I've already done it." Like, so it kind of works out. You still get paid, but you don't get to barter for more money, which sucks because I love extorting people.
Yeah, but some of those bastards who barter, right? If I started one at like three quarters of the way up, and it didn't matter what I offered him after that. He just was like, "No, you're getting what I'm going to give you." I was like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" Like, it didn't matter how much I lowered it by. I just ended up really pissing him off.
It seems like none of them will accept like a big increase on what they're offering. But you can usually push them forward about 25, 30 gold before they start getting pissed off.
I've got a different conclusion. I think it depends on how desperate they are. I'm pretty certain there's a woman whose son is at war or is at the barracks, that you meet. I can't remember what it's called. And she's like, "Oh, I haven't heard from my son. No one's heard from him. Go and find out." And I'm pretty certain it was her. And I basically went pretty much the top, almost maximum. And she was just like, "Yeah, whatever. Just find him." Oh no, wait! I could have just made that up.
What? What do you mean you could have just made it up?
I'm not sure. Oh my god, my memory's awful.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I really hope I haven't just made that up. Just ignore that. But I'm going to start playing the game as if somebody comes across as pretty desperate, I'm just going to like take the piss and go for max and see what they say. Mm-hmm. But if they're like, because I tried it on a bunch of dwarves and they were like, "No, get fucked. We don't have as much money as you thought we do, as we used to," and they're the ones who like you're getting the minimum.
If we could put a label on the morality of our characters, I don't know what my Geralt would be, man. Because I'm fairly nice to people most of the time.
Mine's good guy.
But if
with
I
occasional
find
flashes of bastardness.
Yeah, if I find a way to get money out of them, I just take it. Like I did a Witcher contract the other day where like it turned out to be nothing too bad. So when I got back, I was like, yeah, it's dealt with. Then there was an option at the bottom that just said like, be a shame if they came back though, wouldn't it? Like, the Geralt was like, if they ever come back, maybe I tell other witches not to come help you. And they paid me more money.
There was a guy who I found dying on the side. Tied up on the side of the road, and I saved him and let him go. And then I bumped into him later on, and he was like, Geralt was like, "I know what you were doing," or something like that. Like the guy was being a dick, and you could have just like taken the payment for saving him and walking away, and in the end, I just killed him. So I was like, because he was a complete arse. So yeah, I think my morality might actually end up being equal because I am quite good at times, and then other times I'm just like, you're a dick, but only to those who deserve it. I'm not like, if somebody's like, "Oh, I have no money," and it's not a big job, I'll just like allow it.
Allow it.
Well, I don't really have anything else to talk about, but I am going to mention that, and I know you two aren't watching it at the moment, but you definitely should, because that last episode of Game of Thrones was fucking immense, man. So good. Like, it's only taken 4 seasons, right? But winter's finally here, man, and it's epic. So...
Don't know what it is.
Well, watch it and find out, man. You'll love it.
Explain to me.
Winter has come.
There's fucking ice wizards and zombies everywhere, man. It's crazy.
And his wieners hanging out.
And his wieners hanging out.
Jon Snow, because winter has come.
Right. So, Janny, have you got this week's E3 Rumor Game lined up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to steal Jaime thunder as he wrote it all, but...
That's a very good point. Jaime is back. I don't know why I went straight to you.
Jaime is coming.
You guys can toss coins.
We're not going to toss
for it. Each other off for it.
Sorry, I'll be back. Okay,
right.
I lost.
No, you can do it, but let me just go back to last week for a minute, because
clear it up.
You guys obviously discussed it, and you were like, "Oh, I don't know if that's Jamie's answer." Every one of these rumours that I've put into the game is something that I perhaps believe or would at least want to see. So every answer for me is technically yes.
Okay.
So I'm just playing with that in mind. So last week, new Paper Mario game. I think that's more likely rather than me wanting it. I don't want it. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, let's just recap then on what the answers were in case people are too lazy to go back to last week's one.
Well, no, they should have been listening anyway, shouldn't they?
Yeah, no, because there's been some in developments this week that are thought provoking. Actually, on 2 of those items I can see on there, and actually okay. Let's talk about this.
All right.
Go on.
So first of all, there was I put down for a new Paper Mario game. Now, like I said, it's not that I want it; I just believe it. I'd rather at least maybe see Mario Sunshine over to the 3DS. That's what I'd want to actually see, but I think it's more likely a new Paper Mario. I put down Gran Turismo just because like you discussed it. I think Drive Club's failure means I think the ball's back in the court of the big boys for Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Battletoads, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, on Gran Turismo, was that a new Gran Turismo franchise? Because they've just announced a new car. No, 2 new cars, and they're making a big hubbub about it because one of them's a Nissan. But
a new Gran Turismo game, yeah.
Yeah, but to me, I don't think that I think that might rule out because there's new cars for Gran Turismo 6. Both of them are.
Sorry, that don't negate the fact that there could be a new game.
You think?
Yeah, it's just DLC cars, bro.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We've all said yes on this one anyway, so.
Yeah. The next one was Battletoads. I think we'd be a fool to not believe that was going to show up, right? So that was just something.
I had to check
Shenmue 3. You guys are all going to be laughing. You're all going to be crying when there's a Shenmue HD for 1 and 2, and then there's a brand new Shenmue 3. So that's cool, man. Your answer's a lot better.
It's never going to happen.
I did suggest it. Are you talking about maybe a HD one? I think, but yeah.
No, brand new Shenmue, but also potentially Shenmue 1 and 2 as well on some sort of HD.
Play a game of Lucky Hit.
Who created Shenmue? Because
Sega.
But they got no money.
It's the Sega, man, but they could release it with somebody. It's fine.
They made loads of money, man, off Sonic Boom. What are you on about?
I was going to say they're too busy with a blue hedgehog on life support.
Apparently, the Sonic Boom TV show is not too bad, though.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, I heard the Zelda cartoon from the 90s wasn't so bad.
Fucking
hell, what's your problem with the idea of there being some GTA 5 story DLC? Why can't we be optimistic, guys?
You can be optimistic.
There definitely will be story, but it will be online.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. There is no story. It is just DLC packs. So there's a new Ill-Gotten Gains, it's called, and it's basically a gold helicopter, a gold plane, a vehicle with wraps around it, not chicken. We're talking about new guns, so a couple of vehicles or 3 vehicles or something. It's just another pack, like the hipster update and the other one I can't remember. And this is a 2-part one. So there's one coming out next week and one coming out in the summer, which is kind of confusing because it's June and we thought we are in the summer.
Yeah. So these are just a couple of content packs. You could still get a story-based add-on. Where do you think the rest of the heists are going to come in from, man?
Hang on. You think at E3 they're going to announce story? This is on offline story DLC. We agreed, yeah.
Yeah. So I said no.
Single-player campaign story DLC.
I said no because I think any story expansion now will be online.
Gianni said no as well, though.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So I don't understand why they would spend all this money on update packs and say there's another one coming, and then say, "Oh look, we got a new storyline," because that just goes against the. You could, yeah.
Throws you off the scent. Throws you off the scent, man, for the real stuff. But what's this? Right. So the last one for the first week was to see some new Fallout gameplay. Now that means a new entry into the Fallout series and gameplay, like you say, in-game engine running at E3. Now, what's this countdown that's happening right now that people will hear by the time they hear this?
So there's a promotional teaser website up with a 24-hour countdown. It's very obviously for Fallout. And there's going to be an announcement tomorrow. Well, as of recording this podcast in about 19 hours' time, the page is going to update and there's going to be an announcement of some sort. Everybody is speculating it's going to be Fallout 4. So if it is Fallout 4, then I'm pissed off, because if they announce it now, then there's definitely going to be gameplay at E3, which means I don't get a point. So
neither would Johnny. Look at that. You guys did agree pretty much on everything, didn't you?
Yeah.
What the
It was
fudge,
kind of
man?
ridiculous. It was kind of ridiculous. So I'm really, I'm really like intrigued to see what happens this week. With
Oh yeah, because I
Johnny,
can see Johnny's answers. Yeah.
yeah. So because
Oh,
Johnny flaked out on us again for some reason that what was it? Oh yeah, for a reason. Um, yeah,
yeah. Why would you have a
we
life,
got his
man? Fuck that.
answers in advance, which we will discuss.
Let's do it. Well, yeah. Do you want to move on to this week then, Johnny?
Hell yeah, man.
Okay, okay. So this week, first up, I'm guessing this answer is to Ben because I got Jamie's minor input and so is Johnny's.
Well,
So
we can
this
still
is
talk
Ben's
about it.
E3 predictions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, announcement from Nintendo. New Metroid?
No, that's not going to happen.
The fuck?
No.
That's not going to happen. Nintendo don't know how to make a new Metroid game. They don't know what to do with that franchise. Like, they're just going to keep sticking her in Smash. I wouldn't be surprised if she showed up
No.
at Mario Kart next. But she ain't going to be another fucking Metroid game.
That'd be amazing.
I can tell you now that you and Johnny have agreed then. But what I was going to say is, I see this being a lesson learned from the newer 2D entries. You know, games like Axiom Verge. Do they want to take the simpler approach and go back to doing a 2D Metroid as a download game? That's what I think.
That's what they should do. They should go back to their roots and do what people loved, man. Like, I mean, people liked Metroid Prime, but Metroid Prime isn't the thing that everyone talks about when people talk about good Metroid games, right?
No, they talk about Super Metroid. And,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So I think they totally need to go back to their roots, like fucking play through those games again themselves and like realize why people love them so much, and then come back with that mindset and then make something with retro sensibilities, with maybe a few new ideas here and there. Like, I mean, they did it with A Link Between Worlds recently, and people fucking loved it. So take the same approach with Metroid.
But, okay, going on this then. My logic behind this announcement is that Nintendo needs something, okay? And this sounds like a quick win. It really does. So that's why I put yes. You know, I think it would be a shock, but they have been quite quiet, I would say. Or am I wrong?
Huh? Well, I don't know. You're the only one who can tell us that, Jenny.
Well, I think they've been quiet, but then you guys follow it more than I do.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk. They're going to do their event again with the new Nintendo World Championships 2015 this year at E3, which should be fun. They haven't really announced a lot of things prior to E3, but then they didn't last time either, and that's why it ended up being so good. So yeah, there's a ton of things that they could announce. I just feel like Metroid won't be one of them because they don't love Metroid like their fan base does.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so moving on then. We're going over to Sony's camp this time. Now, the news of this one is they will announce a PlayStation 4 price cut.
All right. Well,
We haven't had one yet, have we?
I feel bad, right? Because we've got like cheats now, haven't we? There's fucking codes out there on PlayStation news sites and stuff for this.
No,
Considering...
for the record, we're not mentioning anything about that. This is purely a PS4 price cut.
Then yes.
Kind of ruined.
Yes.
Right?
There will definitely be one. It might not be across all lines, but there will definitely be a PlayStation 4 price cut very soon.
God, this is absolutely destroyed.
It's the problem with my prediction game being so good.
Anyway, so Jamie said yes. I said yes. Oh wait, sorry, I've put it the wrong color. Yeah, and only Johnny said no. So
hang on, you put yours in the wrong color. Does that mean you actually put no? And
no. I put Ben's as no.
No, I'm actually looking at it now. I can see you. You went green.
Johnny, you missed out on points there, son.
You can see.
So you
all
did that
changes
last
to
week,
drive.
didn't you? Like last week, you went. So you're saying green? I mean, yes.
Wait, what did Johnny say?
I think Johnny said something about an Oculus Rift for blind people, something like that. Was that?
Yeah, that was Johnny. That was Johnny.
Yeah. Blame Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
blame
not
Johnny.
here.
He's
Blame
not here.
him.
He
Yeah.
can't defend himself, and he's not going to listen to this. So, no, I've got technical issues here. Okay, moving on.
Tentacle issues.
Tentacle issues. Yeah,
Johnny's got technical
Wow.
issues too. Woo!
calm down, Ben.
That's a bad joke.
FaceTime.
Yeah, but are you BBC? Staying with Sony then, a new Vita model. Now, Jamie, before Ben answers, actually, would this be a Vita model or like a new Sony handheld?
It could go.
Either
It wouldn't be a new handheld. Full stop. It would be literally a Vita model. Like you could go as far to compare it to the way the 3DS has the new 3DS now. I didn't think of it that way, but it could be that. But not like a brand new model that has to play new games. This would be a Vita of some sort getting a
Vita
refresh.
monitor. Yeah, with Vita playing the Vita games.
Before I give my answer, I'm assuming Vita TV is not included in this, right? So if they announce a new Vita TV, then I've said no, then I don't lose this, right? Because I think that's more likely.
No, the idea is this would be like a Vita model that you still use the way a Vita is used, not the TV. This has got to be portable out on the go still.
Okay. In which case, then no. There definitely won't be a new Vita announcement because Sony hate the Vita, and they won't say it outright, but they fucking hate the Vita. The Vita's done, it's dead, man. Like, if you like obscure Japanese like visual novels, then you're in for a win with the Vita, but if you don't like those, then that's it. That's all you've got, and that's all you're gonna get for the next 2 years until they officially discontinue it.
You know, it's funny you should say that because I charge my Vita on my PS4 quite a lot, and it does make me laugh whenever it comes up in the top left-hand corner that this device is not supported. It's like an ongoing joke of like Sony openly laughing at you, saying you bought this, we don't even give a shit about
What the fuck is that?
I mean, to be honest though,
you.
I do want to point out, yeah, that I love my Vita, and I'm actually really excited to play Steins Gate on it when I finally get around to it. So I don't hate visual novels. I'm buying Steins Gate. I really want to play it. So
I need to get that. When's it out?
it's very soon. I think it might be this week.
Oh,
either that or it's already out, man. I've been like neck deep in Witcher, so I haven't really been paying attention. But I know it's very soon.
Fair enough. Okay, so that was a green for Ben. Oh yeah, you don't know about my color coding system. Never mind. So only. Wait, Jay, you actually think there will be?
Bitches love your color coding system. What? Well, yeah, like I said, it's just the way I've done it. At the end of the day, it would be interesting to see how my answers go, where it gets me. If I've come up with all of these rumors, so
okay.
I definitely haven't had any insider information. It's all
bullshit. What?
There's a glaring thing on this as well, and that's that they downgraded the screen like what, a year and a half ago. Yeah. I'm not really sure. There's a new color count.
The 2DS like a year and a half ago, man. Then they brought out the new 3DS. It's not unheard of. Hardware revisions happen quite fast, man.
No.
Colors count. It's a new SKU.
Colors count. Game changer. Fuck, I didn't even think of that. Okay.
Oh man.
Right, okay. So we've done Nintendo, done Sony. We're moving on to Microsoft. So the ever popular franchise Crackdown release in 2015.
The new Crackdown that they announced. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we know it's coming, don't we?
It's going to be Christmas this year, for sure. Like, it was announced last E3, and they're going to show off a ton of gameplay and stuff this E3, I'd imagine, for a holiday release this year. So that's yes for me. Crackdown will definitely come out this year.
Fuck. Well, if it's Christmas, that's interesting. I wonder if they are going to release it actually on Christmas this year, or if they're going to wait and push it back to March or something to make the most of it. That's a very risky one, that is. Because it is...
Intentionally, I've done this because we know Tomb Raider is this Christmas, and we know Quantum Break, or whatever that game's called, is going to be... It's Quantum Break, isn't it?
It is Quantum Break, yeah. You want to say Leap so bad, don't you?
I do. And that's, supposedly late summer, into the autumn, winter months. So they've got 2 of their supposed, prize fighters coming there. So this is why Crackdown was the interesting choice to go with as a little question, I think. So it's an intentional head mess.
Interesting. I think that's risky. I think that is real risky. We'll see. Okay. Because if it is, I would end up... If it does come out this year, I've fucked, because I've lost points on all of you. Huh? I'm the only one who said no.
Well, you don't think it is, then?
Yeah, I don't think it is.
See, no, but you're being quite shrill here, man. Because if it does get delayed, you're the only one who gets points.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's a bit of a risk. But I think when you think, I actually forgot that it was announced for this year. But
well, it's not been announced for this year, has it? It's
I didn't know.
It was just a trailer.
There's nothing. There was nothing other than the reveal. So the first thought was do I put in the Rumor Game that we'll see gameplay? And I thought, well, no, that's probably a bit more obvious, which is why I went with the whole, will they go bang, it's out this Christmas, here's the trailer, here's some gameplay. That stuff's irrelevant, but the fact is, I thought, bang, release date this year.
Cool.
Interesting.
Well, watch the space. Now, hang on. Does this I suppose we can only go with what they say at E3, but if it doesn't actually get released, if it gets delayed in September...
Is Watch This Space your new blind Oculus Rift game?
With Apple support. Or Android Watch, whatever. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. Moving on to Minecraft Story Mode with Telltale Games.
Just anything of it at E3?
Yes, it's going to happen. They're doing it, right? They're like that. They've already confirmed that they're working with them.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Yeah, why wouldn't they show it at E3? That's definitely going to be a thing.
Okay.
Was it last E3 they revealed Tales from the Borderlands?
Yeah.
Was it at E3? Yeah. And I was a bit like, I don't know about that one actually. But then playing it, I was like, yes, of course it's going to be good.
I think they could do something cool with it. I'd be interested to see how it works, because Telltale's trademark is making really fun characters. That's what their games live and die by. And Minecraft has no dialogue whatsoever. The characters don't speak in Minecraft. So maybe they get given a voice for this game, and it could be awesome.
They'll get the guy who did the voice for Link.
It could also link into whatever Microsoft are planning to do with the Minecraft license. If they have characters voiced and stuff in this Telltale game, then who's to say there won't be a story mode in Minecraft 2, the inevitable Minecraft 2?
And the movie's coming as well, so...
Oh, okay.
I don't see it being a 90-minute Mr. Bean fest.
Hang on, is this going to be a Microsoft exclusive?
Yeah, it would have to be, because they own the license now.
Wouldn't that annoy a lot of fans?
It annoys you, Janny.
No. I'm just thinking out loud here because it's such a popular franchise.
Did your Sony fanboy senses just trigger?
It's now that he can't have it, he's pissed off. He would never have played it anyway. If it was available on PS4, he'd just laugh at it. But now he can't have it.
Just think, because honestly, I've never got on with Minecraft. I'm not creative enough and all the rest of it.
Yeah, but you fucking hate Tomb Raider now as well.
Only for the first 6 months. I'm just curious as to what they're going to do, because could this be one of those IPs where they just know it will print money, so they will allow it on Sony, or do they think that with the Xbox One and PC that they'll just do that?
They'll be fine with just PC and Xbox One.
Okay, cool.
They would be.
Mm-hmm. All right, fair enough.
See what they want to do with it, but yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, Doom.
Doom?
Doom.
Wait, did it literally just say Doom?
Just says
It's
Doom.
Doom.
Doesn't say anything else. It just says Doom.
As in moved backwards. Doom.
Doom, yeah.
Doom.
Okay. Well, I think Doom the game might be there. I don't know about Doom the concept though.
What?
Like, I don't know.
Sorry, what?
I'm with you. No, the game. We are talking about the game. Come
All right,
on.
yeah. So Doom the game will definitely be there. Yeah.
There's no
Definitely.
impending doom for those visiting E3.
Have I missed a memo on that one?
What?
Doom the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Because I said no.
Oh, okay. You missed out on points, son.
Fucking bollocks.
Remember, I wrote this like 2 weeks ago. I might even have to make changes before next week because it might all be fucking revealed by then. I swear that happened last year. I had to change some on the last week.
Yeah. You
So, like,
were getting
ruined
quite annoyed by that.
It ruined my spoils. Yeah.
Ruined. Yeah.
Ruined.
Okay. So this week's responses are locked and loaded. Although it gets pretty boring. Yeah, it gets pretty boring because all three of you for Crackdown, Minecraft, and Doom have gone for the same responses.
So?
So,
I only agree with Minecraft.
It's the way it falls, man.
it's going to be the odd answer that ruins it then, isn't it?
Yeah, think about it, Janny. If we're wrong, yeah, then you fucking won by a landslide, man.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe on Crackdown I could get lucky. Although it would take a brave developer to turn around and say, yeah, we're going to release it in 2016. They'll just say Christmas and then delay it if they have to come September time, and then blame a busy release schedule.
Yeah.
So I've kind of
As
just
long as
screwed
they
myself
plan
over.
to release it this year, they got to go. We're releasing Christmas this year, and then you go, nice, cool. I get the points now. Because then in 4 months when they delay it, it's too late. We've done the game.
That's true.
You already lost the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. We got a flaw. I found a flaw in our process here.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, we can address it. We can address it after, man. That's that round done. No changing answers, man. No changing questions now. That round's done. It's locked. It's in the bag, man.
I kind of wish I hadn't shared this with Jamie beforehand because I could have changed my answers as we were going along. Damn it!
You've done it on a Google document. I can access it all the time.
It documents my changes as well, so I can't even just sneaky do it. And then you're like, oh, was that like that before? Could be like, yes, it wasn't like that before. Change it back, you sneaky bastard. Okay. So then next week will be interesting. Again.
Well, especially if you guys are going to revise it now because of recent things that have happened. Oh well.
Well, maybe.
What do you guys have anything that you wanted to mention before we move into Flash news territory?
It's all about the Flash, isn't it?
Flash. Okay, cool. I've only got 4 things on my Flash news list at the moment. I did have the 24-hour Fallout countdown thing on there, but we already mentioned it, so don't worry about that.
Steins Gate is this Friday. There you go.
Steins Gate, did you look it up?
It's the 5th of June.
Awesome. So I'll be playing that. But yeah, first on my list, I have XCOM 2 has been announced and it's coming in November.
Awesome.
I am really excited about that because
I'm a fan of it.
I enjoyed XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Yep.
And I never really finished it until during a Steam sale. I think it was only about 4 months ago. I tried to buy the expansion pack, Enemy Within, and I found out that I'd already bought it. So I went back and played through it then, and just hammered the game and absolutely loved it. So yeah, really excited. I'm always down for more XCOM. Janny, did you play it at all?
No.
Doing yourself a disservice.
I could see you liking it.
Yeah.
I could see you because it was a PS Plus game, wasn't it as well? Oh, I suppose you haven't got your PS3, have you, bugger?
Nope. Rub it in.
Get it on
Still
your
works.
iPad, mate. It's on iPad. It's really good, turn-based strategy, as well as I want to say resource management and stuff as well, because you have to manage your headquarters and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
I don't know what I should be more offended of. The fact that you think I'd like a turn-based... Both of you think I'd like a turn-based strategy, or do you think I'm boring enough to to want to play it?
It will surprise you. I didn't think I'd like it at all, and it took me by surprise. I was still playing it for hours.
One of the major things that really gets you going in this game is if your team members die on a mission, they are perma dead. There's no way to get them back.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is make your characters and make them like base them on people you know. So like give them all the names of your friends and try and make them look like your friends and stuff.
Dude,
that way you give way more of a shit when they die in battle.
But they used to do that in Cannon Fodder, and then when they died, they were like dead forever. And then you'd have like at the beginning of every game, there'd be a little gravestone on a hill. You know, as if to like rub it in even more that you're shit and you've like killed your whole squadron and you've got a whole load of newbies. They have a constant reminder. You know, it's just yeah. Maybe.
It's a good old game. In no way, in no way related to my speculation during the E3 Rumor Game this week. Sony are set to announce 2 new models of the PlayStation 4.
Oh, look at that! Oh,
yeah. Could be the rumored Slim model that people are talking about.
It's the rumored Slim one.
Yeah, who'd have thunk it, man?
Right, well, that's got to come out of next week's fucking Rumor Game, hasn't it?
Absolutely destroyed.
Who'd have thunk it?
Absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, so look for a price drop on the old models in a store near you soon. Okay.
Poor Johnny.
Oh man. Next up.
What an expensive week.
Next up, FIFA 16 is going to add female players and teams for the first time. Which, that's kind of cool, I guess. Johnny!
Sorry,
Johnny.
I can't... No, I'm sorry. But FIFA's got so many more problems to be dealing with, and all they can say is, weird. It's not even done properly. They've done the international and nothing to do with the clubs.
Oh,
Bearing
really?
in mind...
Yeah, it's 12
it's
international
just like 6
teams, but
or 5.
it's 12 international teams. But, like, you got to think, everything that's going on with FIFA, that's happening here somewhere, and the corruptions between, like, that's real life stuff. This is like a little video game company in Canada putting a football game on the screens, man.
True.
Like, I'm pissed off the
Canada,
way they've
specifically.
handled the way they've handled the marketing for it and the opening to the trailer. I wanted to slap them because they didn't need to do that. They did not need to go like, oh look, this person's playing football. Oh, but they've got nail polish on. What the fuck is this? You know, like, why did it have to do that?
That's kind of
They
sexist as
actually
well,
did
man.
that.
Exactly. This is the point. If you watch the trailer, it shows a hand with nail polish on. It did something else. I don't know. Probably throwing a tampon away. That's what they wanted. That's what they were basically aiming for with this angle. Like, yeah, come play football. All right, I just got to change my pad. All right, I'll be there in a minute.
the
That's
thing
what they were
is-
trying to do with the trailer. Like, don't fucking do that.
I've known quite a few girls that play football, and
Well,
like
there's loads of
wearing
girls that are better than me.
nail
I know.
polish isn't like their defining feature, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
not trying to say they don't wear nail polish. Like, obviously they might do, but the girls that
Hang
I've met that play football didn't bother wearing nail polish. So using that as a way to highlight, well, it's a girl playing football. That's kind of shady.
Yeah, without getting into that conversation again, this is the sort of thing that really pisses me off about some parts of the gaming industry where they don't help themselves, right? They shouldn't have. They shouldn't make a big thing about this, right? Because when you do, it suddenly becomes a taboo. It's like, oh look, we're the first game to include women footballers. It's like, well, hang on, women's football has been around for long enough now,
Yeah,
right? All you're
lots.
celebrating is the fact that you've just ignored it for years and years on end, right? Sure, you may turn around and say there's not much of a market. Sorry, that's a bit harsh. What I mean is that the market isn't as
It's
big
true.
and
It's
established,
true. You
right?
don't have to
But-
back down from
no,
that. It's not sexist to say that it doesn't have anywhere near the appeal as the men's league does, because that's just facts. It's true.
Yeah, but my point is though, they've made such a big thing about it, and now it's going to be the center of every discussion. So this could end up being the deciding factor of whether or not this FIFA is the best FIFA ever or the worst. Because if they, I don't know, they're bringing it on themselves really. If it's like they got jiggle physics and they're not right, then that's always a risky thing. Or if the women's stats aren't as good as the men's, which you know it's not going to be, but you know that there's going to be an article that says I don't know, EA. There's going to be something to say that there's no point playing as the women football teams because the stats aren't as good, and someone's going to try and say that's sexist. So if they hadn't made such a big thing of it and sort of talked up something else, then I would have, gone, oh, that's nice. They've put in women's football. That's a nice side end of the game. So about this new mechanic they've brought in. So we're talking about the wrong part of the game. No one's excited the fact that Barnet are back into it. There's not been a massive big thing that we finally got promoted back into League 2 again.
Yeah, only you're excited for that, Jenny.
Only I'm excited. I'm the only person. Oh, and about 2,000 Dutch people who joined when Edgar Davids was with us. But this is my point. Like, the fact that Barnet are back in the game isn't a big deal. Women's football, I don't think it I
all comes out now.
I realise my wording. It's part of the game. It's part of women's football is part of the game. Barnet being back in the league is part of the game. It's not something that should be a marketing toy.
No, what you need to do, you're making a game. Your primary objective is to sell copies. Now, if putting women's football in there negates the quality of your game and all of that, and it won't produce sales because of it, then you wouldn't put it in there. Now, if they believe it's going to make them sales, then fair play, do it. Like, if that's what people want, then they'll buy it. So they should be looking at it that way. If it was going to remove quality from the game and sales weren't going to be there because the game was shit now, then it wouldn't be the game for me anymore. The women's football, that's fine. If it's in there, it's in there. Like, it's an interesting idea to try and actually play that now. One day it'll just become the norm and we won't be talking about it. Yep. But the fact is, the Premier League is worth millions and millions and millions. And that's been invested in for years now. If women's football comes up to that standard, it's not about acceptance, it's about the standard, then fair play. If Major League Soccer can come up to the standard, then I'll start watching it. But the fact is, Major League Soccer's shit, so I don't watch it.
Just for the Premier League rejects, like Gerrard.
Exactly.
Yeah, but and that's my point. Like, it should be, this is why it shouldn't be about the gender and all the rest of it. It should literally just be, oh yeah, we've included some women's teams in this one, and you can expect it going forward. But we've got this new mechanic, we've got this, that, and the other. It should almost be a passing comment, like, oh look, there's a new feature, but they're marketing the game based on it, and I don't understand. This is why the gaming industry gets criticised, because when they're like trying to do something, they go over like something good or trying to tackle one of these problems. They go overkill, and they just set themselves up for failure. And it happened with I'm tempted to say Assassin's Creed, but they actually went the other way and said, "Oh, we can't put women in it because we don't have the modelling." Yeah, I mean, as I said, I got no problem with it in there. The only thing it's going to do is open the audience wider. But
it happened again recently, man, which we didn't touch on, right? But we can touch on it now because fuck them. They made a big point of showing off the female character in this new Assassin's Creed game, right? Like, oh yeah, showing some gameplay as her and stuff. You can only play as her in free roam. You can't play as her in story missions. You have to play as the dude in story missions.
It's like, all right, Mass Effect 3, right?
Yeah.
Did they sell it on the basis of the fact you could be a woman?
No.
They didn't. That was an option to have, right? They sold it on story mode, gameplay, and all the rest of it.
But they did do like two versions of all of the trailers, one with the male protagonist and one with the female protagonist.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't like.
So yeah, I would say that they did do quite a lot of selling on the fact that you could play as a female in it. Oh,
I hate you so much at times.
I'm just saying, man.
Could you not have agreed? And nobody would have. No one's going to listen anyway, so who cares? Fuck it.
Oh god, should we move on? I've only got one last thing anyway. The last thing on my list is Sony's James Bond distribution rights are due to expire with Spectre. So, do we think they're going to snap them up again, or can we see other studios diving in to take over?
Now, this is the last one.
Sony will come back in with the bigger. No, well, it's a two-parter, so he's got to be doing at least two. I think Sony would be silly to not go for it again, right?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been on the upswing recently, and I say it's been on the upswing. So Skyfall was good. Right? Skyfall was good. I didn't think Quantum of Solace was that great, to be honest, but it wasn't bad. And Casino Royale was good. And it looks like they're heading in the right direction. It looks like Skyfall, from everything, set them up to go in the direction that they wanted to go. Which it looks like Spectre is completely going down that path. So they'd be silly if they're setting up this new status quo to just kill it in the first movie that they've put in it, if that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, I think Sony will end up snapping them back up again. But who knows, man? It's going to be up for auction or whatever, or up for bids.
But I'm just trying to think who's got that financial clout. I mean, there can't be that many who will be able to bid for the rights going forward anyway. I mean, if you just think...
I always feel like, I don't know anywhere near as much about the movie industry as I do about the video game industry, but I always felt that Sony were never like the biggest player in movies. They weren't one of the big players. I don't know why. Like, I could be completely wrong there, and they could be a massive player, but I always felt like they were kind of like second tier. But
Jamie, step in whenever
yeah,
whenever you like. Just save us here.
It's all about dying on your ass.
Well, yeah.
We have you this week. There's no excuse for this. Don't let us ramble about shit we don't know what we're talking about.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'll openly admit that I don't know as much, but that's just the way I've always seen them. Like other studios, you always see like Universal, 20th Century Fox and stuff on things. I just assumed that they were like the big players in movies, and like Sony like had a presence there, but it wasn't massive. But yeah, I could be completely
to be
wrong.
honest, I only ever think about directors, which is why I've not really jumped in. Like the only time I ever think about studios is when it's ones that mean a lot to me. So Pixar, but like the ones, literally the one. But
the one,
yeah, the one that means a lot to me. I always like to know who's directing, who's producing, and who's starring. Distribution and things like this. Sometimes I forget the line between production and distribution. It's not as easy it is in gaming.
Yeah,
like it's a much more blurred line when it comes to film distribution. Like gaming, it's a lot easier to draw the line.
Sorry,
definitely.
You put the bloody song in my head.
Which one?
And
Sing
I hate
it, Jenny.
you so much.
Let's go out on a song.
No, just play it over this outro.
Cool. Was there anything else you guys wanted to add? Because that's the last thing I had on my flash news.
You didn't see the little miniature Nintendo Direct then?
No, I didn't. What was it? Was it the one? Oh God! Don't. Now that you've mentioned Nintendo, all I can think of is that fucking Splatoon advert. That's Splatoon. Have you not seen it? You're a kid now. You're a squid now. You're a kid now. You're a squid. No.
Is that real? I thought that was just Jimquisition's like.
No,
review,
that's
like
an advert, bro.
Oh fucking hell! Because his review page has got like about 50 lines just saying you're a kid now, you're a squid now.
I've seen that around. I wondered what that was in relation to.
I'm gonna go and have a look for that after we've podcasted. But yeah, I've got that sat here, I've not had a real chance to have a go on that yet because I've been otherwise engaged elsewhere. But no, I'm going to have a look for that now, and then next week I'll be talking about it when I can play it.
All right, cool.
Definitely. I'm find that now. But no, I was going to say there was Nintendo Direct, new Chibi Robo side-scrolling game announced for the 3DS, and it's got an amiibo with it, so I'm fucking hook, line, and sinker again, aren't I?
Wow. Let's
Assume the
hope,
position.
Let's hope no fucking amiibo banditos steal the fucking lorry this time, then. Did we talk about that last week?
You did, yeah.
Yeah? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's where it's come to. Fucking amiibos.
Sorry, man, I got my Jigglypuff and Green Ninja, I don't care.
Fucking amiibos.
I love the fact that that game just turned around and went, it was unavoidable. Oh, I'm sorry, your truck getting stolen full of a priceless item, well, what was soon to be a priceless item, is unavoidable, is it?
They just didn't get any fucking stock.
Have a look on eBay. Loads of prices, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Ones, but...
Yeah, I thought it's priceless now. No one could afford it. The only thing I was going to say is...
That's the one!
couldn't have worded it better myself.
Oh man! All right, is there anything else anyone wants to mention before I call this?
I think Janny kept cutting him off. No.
Well, the only thing I was going to say was about there's an interesting thing about this whole Konami versus Kojima thing, and someone was touting that maybe that as Microsoft got ridiculously they said that as Microsoft stole the early access rights to Tomb Raider, that they should be looking to try and pick up Silent Hill and maybe Metal Gear if it's available, but I somehow doubt that would happen.
Well, the rights.
Yeah.
I can just hear it in the background. I don't think Konami are going to give up those rights, even if they stop those franchises, stop making them.
From coming out on PlayStation and being a PlayStation exclusive, or rather even becoming a Microsoft exclusive. That was the discussion was about.
Well, and how would that work?
Well, they were comparing it to Tomb Raider, but I think Tomb Raider was different because Square Enix already had quite a good partnership anyway. Maybe not on the Tomb Raider franchise, but
they had a deal in place, didn't they?
Yeah. It's almost like they were just talking about how the franchises could be up for grabs because there's a question mark over both. But I sort of highly doubted it. I think it may have just been clickbait that I just got sucked into.
Thought you'd repeat that clickbait now, did you?
Yeah. Well, I thought that it
could just be making it all up.
I know.
Topic. No, this time I actually don't. I don't have the source to hand, but I definitely read it. Now, if they take it down, I'll be really pissed off because I'll just be made out to be a liar again.
Oh my god, Johnny, I'm ending.
Yes,
mate.
please. Put me out of my misery.
Well, thanks to everyone for listening. If you want to get in contact with us, you can drop us an email, which I
just end it.
You can email us at lhpoxford@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter. We're at @last_HP. We're also on Facebook with the /last hit point. And our individual Twitter tags will be down in the description below. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
You're a Squidward, Harry!